Arizona is home to dozens of mining towns. These towns nestled in the mountains of the state depend on the earth for more than just ore and precious metals. The mines are often the heartbeat of the town.
So what happens when those mines close down? A team of filmmakers from ASU's Cronkite School of Journalism and School of Sustainability went to San Manuel, Arizona to find out. Here is a special presentation of their short film, Forgotten Children of Mother Magma.
They're gonna fall on each other.
Oh my God.
A lifetime changed in that one fall of the stacks, and how it can never be brought back. It can never be again what it was. A lot of tears that day. I mean, grown men were standing in cars and just tears flowing down their faces.
Growing up, that was like the thing. You would point out the window, look, it's the smokestacks. And you would see smoke just rolling out of these two stacks. And like my dad always used to say, if you see the smoke rolling, then you know you're still gonna have a job and money's to be made.
Well, we missed the smokestacks because as you were coming down the highway from Oracle, we could always see the smokestacks. So we knew how to get home.
The town of Salmon Well was said to be constructed around 1950 to 55. Well, the mining's been going on in this area since the 1880s. The mine was known as maybe the deepest underground mine in the world at one time.
For someone without a college education, it was, in fact, it paid more than a lot of jobs with college education.
Back then, we didn't live payday to payday. We had a good income. We took vacations. We went places. We bought. Everybody in town had new cars and drove, you know, and we all started buying our homes here.
If you lived in Salmon Well, they took care of your houses. If you had a broken window or broken cooler, you called up the maintenance people and they come and fix it.
Mother Magma used to take care of all these things for us. They funded the schools. We used to have band and art and auto shop and metal shop. It was amazing.
We'd be down at Avenue B School and we'd go out at recess and we'd play on the playground, where there'd be play softball or football or basketball or whatever. And these smelter smoke would come down from the stacks at the smelter. And some days it would just fall right down onto Salmon Well. And you would cough and sputter and eyes would burn and run, but being kids, we would stay out there playing as long as we could.
But we didn't know any better. You know, that was just normal.
I don't know if you ever tasted sulfuric acid smoke. It's pretty bad.
If you had a white car, that smoke would mess up your paint on your car.
And I don't think the big environmental movement came till later, maybe 70s or 80s. And outfits like Greenpeace and stuff came in and did some protesting, and they even hung a banner from the smokestack snug in there about stopping the smoke and clean up the environment and stuff like that.
I don't think anybody really, was with Greenpeace. Why would they be? You know, I mean, this is our town. This is the way we live. This is what we do to survive.
As of that time, the jobs, the economy, and everything was the #1 concern.
Magma would figure out a way to keep the company running. BHP came in, and Magma sold out to them, and BHP is a huge company. They're worldwide. When the price of copper dropped, BHP said, well, you know, we can't make the money that we need to keep it running, and they pulled out.
The company was really bad about it. They didn't want people to sabotage the place or anything like that. So one time they actually called somebody in and they got a big PA and they stood there at the entrance to the before we got on the cage, and they were telling us, you know, hey, go to work, everything's fine, don't worry, you know, all these rumors are not true. And then they close.
My daughter had 4 children. We didn't know what we were going to do. We didn't know where the next day. They literally didn't tell us anything. That we're closing the doors, goodbye.
You know, I lived here all my life. I saw people hurt. People just had that look in their eyes like, what are we going to do? You know, what are we going to do? 3,000 people out on, you know, without a job.
I know a couple people that actually committed suicide after the mine closed, because when you've done a certain job your whole life and you have no other skill set other than doing that job, and there are no more jobs like that, you don't know what to do.
They didn't have any time to prepare, you know, go out and look for jobs or change things. And so it was a shock on the whole community.
They didn't get a stipend to get laid off. They didn't give them anything extra.
And a lot of them moved away. They had to. There was no job.
When people started going elsewhere for work, it hurt the businesses, I think, the most.
We had a thriving upper shopping center, and all of those stores, one by one, have closed out. They've closed Avenue B, Gardner Middle School, and they closed First Avenue. They're beautiful schools. When Magma was here, they took care of our roads. They took care of our garbage. They actually took care of everything. When the mine shut down, the county was supposed to come in and do that stuff. It doesn't get done anymore. We're kind of forgotten children for the county. The good part is the cleaner air.
Pass me by if you're only passing through.
Copper Town Days 2022, brought to you by Salmon Well Revitalization. Thank them for putting this together. Thank you guys for coming out and joining us. Little guy, good job, little guy.
There's a revitalization committee that has done a lot of work. They're putting pressure on the county to do things, you know, to fix the roads. And we have a new a park that they just finished down there. And it's really nice because before it was nothing.
The park was something that they put in, and it like instantly it was like kids had something to go do.
I love this town though. I really do. It's been wonderful to raise my kids here. It's nice to know the history, and I get it firsthand from my husband and his parents. What we're trying to do is trying to bring back the town and, you know, make it similar, because it's never going to be the same, but make it similar to how it was back when the mine was here.
I think if they could bring in some jobs somehow, I think that would be the key. But I think that what they're doing is very positive for the community, and I know that plenty of people feel the same way.
We have a lot of vacant buildings and stuff like that. We are in the process of getting a few businesses in, and, you know, just the community caring for the community.
It's just a town that we love and grew up in. My church, I've been there now since '58. I've lived through a lot of pastors, none quite so powerful as Brother Kevin.
After being here a couple of years, we started doing some things in the community because we found that people want to do something together. They want to be engaged, they want to be appreciated, and they want to be loved. And so that's the big thing, to try to be here to make a difference in the community. You can't depend on government to do that.
You know, the community members here have definitely had their hearts broken a few times, and they're giving their hopes up. But I'm hoping that they're seeing that, you know, it's growing and it's getting better.
I'd want to teach them that not everyone betrays you, that there is truth and that there is hope and that there is support. Because sometimes I think they feel like nobody really cares. It didn't happen to you, it happened to me, and it hurts me. You don't understand. And so to really listen, I think, is a big deal.
These small towns they need something. And I want to see it going. I want to see the businesses come back and come in. Yeah, so that our kids don't just graduate and leave.
For 7 years, I've been in Chicago, and I've been in Wisconsin and Seattle, and I've been in all these places, and I've seen all these other cultures. And honestly, of all the places I've been, San Manuel to me is just, it's the place I call home.
Love you.
When I'm gone, my grandkids that live with me now will have my home. Yeah, we'll all be around here forever, I hope.
The lives of the people in San Manuel have been forever changed.
But their stories will never be forgotten, thanks to documentaries like this from the sustainability filmmakers at ASU.